Good evening and welcome to Holland Christian for tonight's game with our visitors from Wayland High School. As fellow members of the OK Conference, both our schools serve to promote character development through educational athletics and empower our athletes, coaches, officials, and fans to be role models for sportsmanship and fair play on the field and in our communities. We're excited to have our student athletes learning life lessons through educational athletics. So please do your part to create a positive environment for everyone to enjoy today's contest. A special note of our brand new football field tonight. Our game sponsor this evening is the Kyle Geenan Group, setting the bar for real estate excellence in West Michigan since 2013. Stop by their tent tonight for information and some great giveaways. Thank you to the Kyle Geenan Group. A special thank you to the West Michigan Official Association for their work staffing football games for the OK Conference. Over the past 15 years, the number of officials in West Michigan has been strained and actually decreased by over 1/3. We'd like you to consider becoming an official to continue making interscholastic sports possible. Go to mhsaa.com and click on officials for information and to register. This game doesn't happen without dedicated officials, so please join me in thanking them for their commitment to student athletes this evening. This game is a privilege and was made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. Our veterans are pillar members in our community, and we are proud of all veterans in attendance with us tonight. Please rise to honor our country as Holland Christian Jr. Terrence Slink leads us in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Terrence.
We're good. From beautiful downtown Holland, Michigan, and the recently renovated Holland Christian football field, HCLive welcomes you to the first home game of the year for Holland Christian as they take on the Wayland Union Wildcats. Mark Vandenbosch alongside Kurt Brinks, back with you after being with you last year. It's good to be back, Kurt.
It is. It's an exciting time. Fall and football just go together perfectly, and you know, it's a beautiful night and a beautiful field. So just got to wait for some action to start.
Yeah, now let's talk about the field. You know, this is the first new field since the original, right?
Yes. And, you know, I know turf has changed a lot since then. It's just, I think about every school is going to it now. You know, you don't need anybody mowing it anymore, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about the weather and everything. And here they made the field a lot wider now. So now it looks like you got a full-size soccer field in there too. So just a beautiful place to play.
And if you notice, if you're a longtime Holland Christian fan, you don't see the track here.
No.
And the track has moved a little bit here to the north on Holland Christian's campus, and that's where all the track and field events will be hosted.
Yeah, they're excited for that too, because the track was getting a little old and sorry, so it was time. And it's hard to put a track in there if you want to have the full-size soccer field and everything else. So normally where the lanes would be, you've got a soccer field there, and otherwise the soccer players were almost sliding on the track as they were doing their throw-ins and other things there. So this is just so much nicer for competing and everything else. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, we're so glad that you've tuned in. A lot going on with Holland Christian Athletics. We'll talk about that more during the broadcast tonight, but a couple keys to the game, Kurt, as we get ready for kickoff.
Well, me being an offensive lineman and a line coach, as I always say, who's going to control the line of scrimmage? And we'll look at that. Then obviously you've got who makes the mistakes, any turnovers happening, other things like that. And if all possible, you love to play when you have a shorter field. So field position, big deal right away. And just come out, see who's most ready to, hit the other guy.
Yeah, we're excited for the new look Holland Christian Maroons. We've got some new names. We've got some names that you're very familiar with in the past, and they will get ready to receive the kickoff here from Wayland Union. Wayland Union coming off a win last week. They won 42-25 against Hopkins. That's their first win since 2020. They were 0-9 last year, Kurt. So it's good to see that they got a win early in the season, as did Holland Christian.
Yeah, it is a big one, that one there. And usually coaches will say between the first week and the second week, that's when you like to see your greatest improvement, because you now start to put it all into action.
And we are underway here at Holland Christian. And Carter Spencer takes the kickoff out to the 30, where Eli Boyce will take the reins as the quarterback. And he's new this year for our team at the helm.
He would come in a little bit last year as a sophomore, that when you have that 5-quarter rule, that you can say, oh, I can play those guys sometime on a Friday night. So he'd get a little bit of action, but it's his to control now. And they are starting out, they're starting empty. So they got all receivers, no back in there. So that'll just be interesting to see. And they're trying to use the count a little bit.
Boyce out to Smits, who picks up a first down out to the 42. Connor Smits is a returning starter on the football team, and he was all-conference last year, honorable mention in the OK Blue.
That is cool. I'm happy for Connor. As his uncle, I'm always proud when you see some things like that.
Yeah, he had a great year, and looking to...
And just a single one down low. And they have a lot more people in the box. Ooh.
Looks like he's going up top to Smits.
And he got it.
And Smits comes down
that was a nice throw and catch. Nice throw and catch. So we're hanging out. Oh.
Yeah, it looks like the official is saying that he didn't have possession.
Yeah. That's too bad. We'll never know on that one. They'll probably see it on film tomorrow. But it's hard to know if they did get it. This is where somebody would throw a flag in the pro level and say, we want to see that again. But, as you said, though, it's 4-down territory. So we got to get a play. We don't need all of it like last time. Last time was kind of your home run ball. This time we just got to get 3 yards.
Look for maybe a quarterback draw here. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but Boyce back.
Set screen again.
Set screen to Smits.
Got a nice one there. Got a good block from the lineman, and Connor made one person kind of bounce off and miss. So that was big. That was big.
It's certainly why I'm not the coach. Let's think about it. That has been a successful play for the Maroons all night here on the opening drive.
But really, if you get something working, you got to make them do something to stop you. Don't outguess yourself. Sometimes as coach, we're saying, oh, they're going to do something. But make them stop you. Now, you don't want to do dangerous stuff, but you want to sit there and say, okay, what are you going to do to stop us instead of us stopping ourselves?
And up the middle.
Nice high run. Looks like another first down.
Nice run there by Conklin. Inside the 15 down to the 13.
And that's a nice one, because if you start getting a little bit of run mix with it, the defensive coach doesn't know what to call. Because first he can say, okay, we got to protect the flats. Now he's like, okay, we got to keep the people in the middle yet too. So It's when you got both things going as a coach, it makes it a whole lot easier. Again, we're going the empty look here. So again, it could be a quarterback kind of run, but otherwise you're looking at a pass.
Voice out to Hoekstra there.
Yeah. You got 5 on it, so that's a good play. You get a first down and 5, you're smiling because now you've got 3 plays to get 5 yards. So you any positive on that first one, especially like 5 yards. Field gets a little harder now for the passing team because you don't have much field to work with. They don't have to say back up 8 yards because pretty much once you get to the end zone, a D-back will usually say, I'm going to play in front of you. Mm-hmm. And then you got to put it over top. So we got to find a way to get that pressure and get it in.
So the Maroons' first trip to the red zone here. Let's see if they can punch a touchdown in.
Okay.
With an option. Run taken down.
What happened is that guy cut inside, and we didn't quite pick it up. So it was almost if he could have just beat the corner, but that was a good play by Wayland that time. So lost a half a yard. So we're looking still 3rd and 6. So we got plenty there. Now it's just a matter of doing it and executing it just a little bit better.
Nice opening drive here, eating up a few minutes here.
Yeah, almost 5.5 right now, and we've gone 60-some yards, so it is a good drive.
Well defended by the Wayland Union Wildcats, Dustin Lumens.
Yeah, that is the first time we actually pass to the wide side of the field, and there's more time. Everything takes a little longer. The ball's a little longer to get there, so they have time to react. And again, they're not worried about way behind them. I know we got a good kicker, so it looks like they're going to go for a field goal here.
And Caden Van Heis, who is a sophomore, kicked a little bit for the varsity last year as a freshman, comes on. Great leg from the sophomore.
That looks pretty true.
And he converts.
That's good. You like to get points out of that first drive. We took just under 6.5 minutes, came away with points. Now it's a matter of let's see what our defense can do. So, like I say, good. And as we said, when you're a passing team, when you get near the end zone, that's where passing teams will struggle more. The runners are saying, hey, we don't care about how big the field is because we're not stretching it that way and that way. We're just going up the middle. Where a passing team says, okay, you always got to watch us deep, got to watch us wide. When you get to the end zone, deep's not an option anymore. So then it's just wide, and they can all play a little bit tighter man. So that will be things to start thinking about as saying, okay, what kind of plays are we going to run in that red zone the next time we get there? Because we definitely got to get there a few more times tonight.
Red zone efficiency is a big deal, and Highland Christian is up 3-0 here, just under 6 minutes left in the first quarter. We're so glad that you joined us as you look on the newly renovated field here at Highland Christian. It's a beautiful sight, and it's something that these kids are going to enjoy, whether it's football, whether it's soccer, and track and field moving just to the north here on the campus of Highland Christian. Just some amazing facilities here on the campus of Highland Christian.
It is true.
So Purifoy and Bogart back deep for Wayland Union, and Van Heis will kick off for the Maroons.
Yeah, he had some pretty good kicks last week, usually down in about, this one they're just trying to chip.
Ooh, taken by Wayland Union's Lane Button.
He made a nice play. So you got to take your hats off when somebody does that. They were trying to just pop it in there, get it. Our guys are trying to say that he made a fair catch sign, and I'm not sure if he did or didn't. That is something you always just see just on punts. But on kickoffs, they can also make a fair catch if they feel that they are in danger like that one there. So But obviously the officials don't agree with it, and that's the only one that matters, who thinks about it.
So Wayland starts off in Holland Christian territory here. 1st and 10 on the 37-yard line for Wayland.
And Wayland is much more of a run offense type of stuff there. They're way overloaded to their right. And we had nice penetration on the line of scrimmage there.
Daly gets stood up at the line of scrimmage by a host of Holland Christian defenders.
It was good penetration right there. We did not allow anybody to get on the linebackers. Guys were coming off their blocks nicely, so that's a big one. The formation that Wayland will be in is quite often like a quick double wing. They'll have wing on each side. Here they got the wing between the tight end. On the top they have a wing there. They'll have a receiver, and everything is close. So the quarterback will like to keep it if he can, and we did a nice job again defending it. What you will see coming this way is they have a pitch that can happen all the time. So we've got to keep somebody out there for the pitch. So they're going to dive, quarterback keep, pitch. So it's kind of that triple option, they will call that. Yeah. So it's a matter of, if you control the line of scrimmage, make them pitch, don't give them what they want, have your people, it's going to be very much assignment football for us on defense. Okay, again, you will see tight end, a wide receiver this way, a tight wing that way to the top of the field. Okay, they must not have liked where we were kind of at there, because looks like we burned a second timeout pretty quick in the game.
Coach Kuipers calls his second. Yeah, you want to get it right.
Oh, you do. It's here's a big one, because we had taught field position, and we gave them pretty much 4-down territory to start the drive. So they're sitting there saying, hey, we got 4 downs to do it. We got to get 7 yards in the next ones here. So you want to say, we want to stop this drive here, because then you don't put it way down in your end. You got some things there. And that might have been a formation similar to the other ones, but just a touch different, that they say, ooh, we don't like where somebody was in position there.
Kurt, I want to go back real quick to that kind of that pooch kick, the technical term is, but the sophomore from Wayland Union, Lane Button, I think it's all about creating indecisiveness. And he just took it and said, I'm going to get this and go.
And our guys were saying he waved his arm for a fair catch, but the officials didn't recognize that. Okay, they put it on the ground. I don't know if they're going to call it a reception and fumble. I think they are. So reception and fumble. So we closed on it nice. And that was one of the other keys we talked about quickly, is the turnover game. So, they had a beautiful field position, didn't get a first down, turned it over. Now it's, can we do another drive like the last time? It's going to be harder this time, because they're going to be ready for those quick flats.
So Holland Christian takes over on the 25, 1st and 10, as Boyce brings the team to the line of scrimmage.
Okay, trying to roll out. Oh. Threw it a little high. That would have been a good catch. You got to get that one down a little, but we also got to make that. But that was a nice one to say, hey, we're going to roll out, try to get away from the pressure. And a right-handed quarterback running to the right, it's not too bad a throw.
Right.
It's when you're running left that they have a little bit of issues there.
He just overthrew Koning there. But up until that point, he's been pretty accurate tonight.
Oh, he's been real good. Real good. And it's a little harder to throw when you're on the run there.
Boyce is a junior, so he will be back again next year to lead the Maroon football program. Trips to his right. Rolls out again.
Did a nice one. Good catch. That was a very nice catch by
Abiger. Caught that one.
That was a good throw, good catch. And we had it loaded pretty well, and there was a lot of people in that vicinity, so he found the open one, so we're excited about that.
again, a pretty accurate
Yeah, it was.
and nimble quarterback
Yes.
that the Maroons have.
He's threw well there, nice on the run. Now it's, again, you have a harder time now scrambling to the right because you don't have much field. And we have this time, oh, they're putting the tight end over here. So 3 receivers to the wide side. Okay. We might have done a little flinch.
Play on play, false start Maroons.
They did a jump and we reacted, but that's not a rule in high school that as long as they don't cross the line of scrimmage, there isn't anything. Pros now has become somewhat of an acting job of like, oh, you made me move. So,
Speaking of rules, there's a rule that was in high school that was different than college and pro, but they've made a change this year in MHSAA.
yeah, this time intentional grounding doesn't look like it used to. Used to, if you weren't near a receiver, it was intentional grounding when you're passing. Here, if you are throwing past the line of scrimmage, outside the tackle box, throw it out of bounds, something else, you can just do that to avoid being sacked, avoid something else. But you got to make sure you get the ball past the line of scrimmage and that.
Well, I like the rule. I mean,
I think it
cuts down on the physicality and injuries will.
Mm-hmm. And it gives you as long as you're knowing where you're at, gives you a chance to go through and do that. Okay, there he did the fake short.
Boyce going up top.
Nice play on the ball. That was what they will call that back shoulder catch, so throwing just a little bit behind.
That was a great adjustment by Aberger.
It was. He did a very nice job of coming outside to the ball. Boyce did a nice pump fake, which hopefully will get their guys coming up just a little bit. So right there, again, that's the big play that flips the field position. So now you're saying, okay, you love it when you're playing on their side of the 50 all the time.
So the Maroons move into the Wildcats territory for the second time tonight with just over 2 minutes left here in the opening quarter at Holland Christian. So glad you've tuned in tonight for our broadcast. Thanks so much to all of the students that are helping to produce tonight's game. Not much room there for Mitch Merheisen.
No, it wasn't. They were trying just a little different, get a two-back, get a lead block out of Conklin and doing that, but we just didn't quite have enough line serves going on there. But you got to keep, as a coach, you can't just sit there and say, oh, okay, if we keep it in the flat, they're going to adjust. But, again, as you would say, we're probably in that 4-down territory. So you got 3 downs now to get it.
Boyce rolls out.
Yeah.
And it looks like it was picked off there by Purifoy, the junior for the Wildcats. Probably not a throw he should have made.
It was pretty tight coverage, and he actually had some run room there. So the next time you run it, you start getting their D-backs up, and then the next time when you look like you're going to run it, that's when you can dump it over the top. But it's so easy to sound smart after something doesn't happen right, you know?
Right.
Yeah, it was close. It was right there. The other guy from Wayland made a nice play and stepped in front.
Yeah.
So,
well, to your point, what do you say? Make mistakes quicker. That's how you learn.
Oh, you do.
So, he's going to be better off for it if he responds in the way that we believe he will. And again, it flipped the field a little bit here.
Oh, yeah.
Because now Wayland is starting deep in their territory.
Yeah, it's a good play. And he, made a decision. The Wayland kid just made a good play there, And you got to recognize it when the other team does something that you say, okay, that was a good play. Okay. So you could see as our defense was jumping around a little bit, we have some people, we have designated what their strong run side is and their weak run side. So we have it set that we want to have a certain DN, certain linebacker on one side, other on the other there. So Wayland's trying to adjust into it to make us scramble to meet their adjustment. The guys did. You just, your down 3 are going to stay the same. It's just we're going to have a DN and a linebacker, You know, we're kind of playing a 50 look this week, a 52. Sometimes we'll play a 34. And when they adjust, then we have to adjust with it. Okay?
Lumen's getting some pressure, escapes it, and a nice run up the middle, all the way to the 45.
He's, you know, the quarterback, I saw a little film on, the quarterback's a good runner. So they're going to try to run him possibly in that triple option. But a good way to do it is if you get the D lineman past you and you don't have a drop or a spy, you know, some teams will get a spy for the quarterback. That's hard to do all that stuff.
And the senior picks up a nice gain here for Wayland, giving them a first down as we count down the seconds to the end of the first quarter here at Holland Christian. And that will end the first quarter here with Holland Christian Maroons 3 and Wayland Union Wildcats 0. We're going to take a break.
Yeah, I think that was Wayland's first down, though.
First down.
Yep. I mean, we've had plenty of them. Yards were leading by a lot, everything else, but now it's just a matter of, okay, we got to get a few more points on the board.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back for the start of the second quarter here at Holland Christian High School. Back for the start of the second quarter here at Holland Christian as Boyce brings the team, well, actually Boyce is not in, as Lumens brings the Wayland Union team with a pass, or a pitch. Pitch to Mason Wilson with a nice run over the 50.
Yep, so they must have seen something. They said, hey, if we can block that guy in, we've got it. So again, that triple option look is always what you're looking at there. So we got to just watch what they're doing on the outside to block us, and that's what the HC coaches will be doing. They'll be looking to say, okay, what do we got there? How are they coming down on us? Okay, they got usually one wide over here, and then you've got a tight wing.
And a run up the middle there, and Wayland Union gets about 4.
And that's what you'll see each time. They've got a quick dive that happens. You've got a quarterback that will be going in that direction, and then you've got a tailing back. So it's a challenge to defend because you've got to have somebody accountable for each of the 3 that could carry the ball. So out wide we'll have probably a linebacker and a defensive end, ready for pitch and QB, and a safety. Actually, a safety coming up might be the pitch man. But then it's a matter of what they can get blocked on it there. There they did the middle again. And we piled the line up really nice. So that's where not getting moved is a huge thing. And they're kind of in that 4-down territory here. They've got about third and a long 4, 5, right in that neighborhood. So again, what you'll see Wayland does is they'll have usually one wider receiver. They'll have 2 wings each side. A tight end this time is towards their right, our left. And quarterback just said, ooh, they got it out wide there, so he doesn't cut back. And he likes to do that. He's pretty good with the ball in his hand. So now you've got that 4th and short. These are the plays that kind of decide momentum a lot in the game. So
Wayland Union coming off a win last week against Hopkins, 42-25 to start their season. Holland Christian beat Holland 58-0 over there on the other side of Holland here.
And yeah, that one, HC pretty well dominated. This one looks like it's going to be a nice back and forth, the kind of game you like to see. So we're going to see what happens. Is it going to be a quick dive in the middle? Looks like they're trying to draw us off.
Hard count there by Lumens and a timeout there by Wayland coach Tim Gibson.
It's the easiest way to get
button here.
Easiest way to get 5 yards is do it. Quite often, coaches will try that the first time. They'll have a hard count they'll do. Sometimes they'll use a little extra motion to get, they might shift the tight end over just to kind of get a guy that's like, because Holland Christian's got to hit the line hard. Because if we don't, if we give them any surge, they're going to get their yard or two. So everything's pretty tight on a play like that.
Now, Kurt, you see the triple option offense quite a bit at the high school level. You don't see it as much at the collegiate level, and certainly you don't see it in the NFL. Why do you think that is? As you go levels up, you don't see it as much.
As you go further up, the athletes are so big, so fast. I mean, there you've got 280-pounders that, are running faster than anybody we have on the field, and that closing down. The other thing is there are a few more now in the pros because you got some of those running quarterbacks. So they're trying to do it, but they can't run them all the time because, again, you got 280 pounds hitting you, and you might not be around for the next play there.
Lumens, the senior, keeps it.
So something they didn't like here, there's a flag. Oh, he's just giving, I think, a sideline warning.
So Lumens picks up the first down for Wayland as they continue their drive into Maroon territory here. First down at the 23-yard line as Holland Christian picks up a sideline warning there, Kurt.
That just means some players or the coaches might have been too close, and on an exciting fourth down play, sometimes people are trying to say, okay, where's it going to be? And that's so the official actually can run up and down the sideline without having to worry about bumping into somebody. Okay, it's good. The middle guys are doing a pretty good job of maintaining their spot. 2-3 yards we can kind of live with, because they got to be really patient. If they do 4 of the 3 yards, they get their first down, but you got to be doing that consistently. So no coach is that patient. They have to, all of a sudden they're like, okay, we got to do this. But if you only run the middle, then Holland Christian will start stacking the middle. They've shown they have a little speed on the outside also.
Second down and 7 here for the Wildcats. And they get into the red zone here for the first time tonight.
They did a nice inside handoff again, but we had a nice fill there, linebacker. I think that was Conklin came up and did there was a guy with an arm on him from the line, and he did a nice fill on that one. So that's one of the key things of who's going to get the dive, who's got the pitch. And as they start to motion number 5, all of a sudden he started to roll back. So they're trying to say, hey, we're going this way. Oh, no, we're coming back. So it's football, a lot about deception. You want to get them going one way, come back the other. Pretty much true in every sport you do. You want to get them overplaying something so you can come back.
3rd and 6 here for the Wildcats.
Okay, we're going to have 4th and really, really short, I think.
And Daly takes it up the middle with some good yardage.
It's going to be 4th, a couple feet.
Sets up a really short 4th down here, and the Wildcats, no doubt, are going to go for it again.
Yeah. So it is a matter of, can we get underneath them? You're thinking they're either going to hit the dive or run the quarterback right behind the dive. Could be a QB sneak. Yeah.
QB sneak here for the senior who gives Wayland a first down.
So, they're on the 12. So now it's a matter of, okay, we're going to have to tighten up that line just a little bit. And their playbook doesn't really change when they get closer. They don't have to say, oh, we have been extending. They've got they're right in the middle. You got pitch going either way. It's the advantage of a run sometime. It doesn't have the explosion of the pass, though.
Wayland eating some clock here in the second quarter. And the pitch wide to Wilson, who takes it inside the 5 all the way to the 4.
Yeah, that was a nice one again. And they're doing that kind of, it's not quite a quick pitch, but it's got more of that look of just saying, hey, we're going to just put you out there by yourself. You got to make a guy miss. He's a pretty good back, so he can make a guy. It's hard because you're coming up. It's hard to be able to get right on him there.
Second down and 2. The Wildcats can pick up a first down before getting into the end zone.
Here we got to have somebody come up and make a big play. We need a tackle for a loss. And they're happy just kind of diving it because they're going to be close to first and just using that lean on us and keep going.
Some of the Maroons thought that the
ball was loose.
Ball carrier lost the ball, but
looks like the official's pointing us down. So, and they're giving them a first down. So it's first and goal at the 2. And that's what the HC players have to do right now. They have to get their spot. First guy's got to get a hold of them. Second guy's got to come in and try to rake the ball away because, on a running team, it's hard to hold them less. They got 4 downs to get 2 yards.
Time for a goal line stand for the Maroons here.
Somebody make a big play. Someone come in. Okay, now there's a helmet flying loose. There's a flag coming in. That could be the break one way or the other. We'll see what happens.
Looks like Lumen's lost his helmet on the play. As the refs sort things out. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Maroons.
Personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Maroons.
That's going to put the football
an inch closer.
inches from the goal line here. And more importantly, maybe give them a first down.
Yeah. The thing we need them to do is make a little mistake now. They got to put the ball on the ground or something because you've got very short distance to go.
Lumens keeps it. And doesn't look like he got in.
I would say we stopped him about where it was at.
So we're 25% of the way to the goal line stand, right?
We need 3 more of them.
It's fuzzy math, but
it's
right?
Yeah, it does work. It does work. Like I say, every time you make them take a snap, make them do everything else, give them a chance to make a penalty, give them a chance to make a mistake. So you make your stand the best you can, and things can happen.
It's like some
and right there it might have
line,
been.
But
yeah. Because that guy on the side could call it on us, but the guy back here, it's going to be on them, you would think, in the backfield. Looks like might have been an illegal shift.
Illegal shift moves them back 5.
So now you're looking at, you did what you had to do. You made them make a mistake. So, that you're right, that getting that first down and that penalty was a big deal because otherwise you would be at 3rd down. Here you got 2nd, but you got 5 yards now. So, but they opened their playbook up again a little further. They're not going to just wedge and try to just move a thing forward because they were sitting there saying, we got to get 6 inches.
And a timeout there by the Wildcats. And you bring up a great point. They have some speed.
They do. They've got a little bit on that edge. And coming out there as a safety or a corner and having to get somebody that's got a full head of steam, that's a hard play to make.
If you are just tuning in, you are watching the HCLive production of Holland Christian football here as the Maroons take on the Wayland Union Wildcats in the second game of the season. We've got another game coming up a week from tonight against the rival, And that's Hamilton. And Kurt and I will be back for that as well. Things are going to heat up pretty quick here as we move from the non-conference games to the OK Blue.
Yeah, everything will start conference next week, and you want to get that start out to that victory. I know Hamilton won pretty big last week. We'll see what they do this week, but everybody just trying to get themselves ready, try to stay healthy, and take one play at a time.
While Holland Christian hosts Hamilton, the Wayland Union squad goes on the road to TK Middleville next week as they start their OK Gold Conference schedule. All right, Kurt.
Yeah, let's see what happens here. Okay, pitch out wide, and they
Pitch
got the
wide.
edge on us. Yeah.
Yeah, and as we kind of had guessed there, as Cameron Bogart, the junior, takes it in for the Wayland Union touchdown.
Yeah, it's so hard when you got only 5 yards to give up. You're all contracted inside. And so they're doing that pitch a little bit quicker, a little earlier, trying to not string it out so much. It's halfway between the normal option, but it's almost more like a quick pitch where they're saying, hey, you're sucking in a little bit. We're going to try to spread you out a little. And it's smart on their part because you want to say, okay, we're going to stretch the field sideline to sideline.
And the extra point is up and good for Wayland Union as they go up 7-3 with 3:35 left in the half. Holland Christian looking to answer.
It is, and that's for our offense with how fast we can move it. It's plenty of time. So time isn't the real issue here. It's just a matter of, as a coach, you want to say, let's get a decent return. Let's get some first downs. Once you get past midfield, then you can start thinking about putting it down their ways. But, again, we're not in a hurry. In high school, like college, every first down, the clock stops to move the chains. So we got plenty of time. I would love a 3-minute and 34-second drive.
Right.
So.
Well, and let's not understate the importance of this drive as a response. Wayland Union's going to receive the second half kickoff here.
Yeah, so this is an important answer for us right here. You want to get, like I say, you want to get several first downs. You do that, and you want to change field position.
So Hoekstra deep, as is Ethan
Deep
Aberger.
Hoekstra, number 7. Ethan Aberger.
Both juniors for the Maroons.
Kicking off for the Wildcats, number 7, Dustin Lumens.
So Lumens doing some double duty. Not only is he playing some quarterback for Wayland, but also on some kickoff duty.
Yeah, good athlete.
And the play is blown dead here.
I don't know if they gave him the whistle to go or what happened there.
Yeah, we got a player that's down on the sidelines here for Wayland.
Is it a player or an official? I see somebody. I don't know who it is over there.
Well, we've got both Wayland and Holland Christian folks attending to what we believe is a player, but
yeah,
Kurt,
I'm not sure. I just see the.
Yep, we see the Holland Christian team kneeling,
yeah,
praying here in an unexpected situation here, as is the Wayland Union team as well.
Looks like they got the medics coming out and across. So yeah, this is something you hate at any event. So just have to wait and see what's happening.
So a reset here. Holland Christian received the opening kickoff and took it down. Nice drive to start the game, but were unable to punch it into the end zone there
So we
had to settle for a field goal.
Yeah, and then we had another drive going, but there's been a couple turnovers, one by Wayland, one by HC, and now it's just a matter of they put together a good drive, and our challenge is to answer with a good drive.
That triple option offense really eats the clock, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. I mean, they want to do ball control. They want to just say, put it in our hands, let's do it, and you play really good defense when you're on the field with the ball. So I'll say a great defense is a good offense. So you don't have to sit there and say, okay, what's going on? Because you don't have to worry about a receiver getting past you or anything else. You just keep it there.
So as we talk about the OK Conference starting, we got the OK Blue, which Holland Christian is in, and the OK Gold that Wayland is in. Who are some other strong teams in these conferences?
Well, the Blue has been kind of taken by Unity the last few years. They lost a heartbreaker in the state finals last year, so you've got them. But they did lose this past week, and they got beat by, I think, Whitehall, which is a good program in the Muskegon area. So it's kind of, and they were loaded with some really good athlete last year. I remember the twins. One was a quarterback, one was a running back, and they could move. And I think they had running clock every game they were playing until the finals, and they were even up in the state finals by 28. And then I think it was Chelsea made a great comeback, but that one Unity got tired. But Unity isn't going to probably have what they had the last couple years, but they're always going to be good. They run a nice tight tee. It's going to have some look like this where you're going to have a dive, you're going to have an off tackle, you're going to have a pitch, you're going to have a reverse out by a quarterback. So, you got to play very much assignment football there. West Catholic is always considered one of the better teams around the Grand Rapids area, and they're in ours now. Allendale's decent, so you got a lot of good schools. And, you got to wait a couple weeks in and see kind of what happens.
Yeah, Coopersville. We saw Coopersville last year, and they had some decent younger talent.
Yeah, and I think they started the year like 5-0 in that. So, it's games like this that, HC will need to kind of build yourself some momentum and play against a good opponent and win there. So,
yeah, it's a big opportunity for the Maroons here tonight. What about the Wayland Union squad and the OK Gold division? There's some teams in their conference.
You would look at it, and I know we had talked originally about Grand Rapids Catholic Central, and they're about as successful as you can be. I know they've got a 30-some game win streak, which translates to they've won probably the last 3 state championships in their division. So, you got that. And I know South Christian pretty much handled Grand Rapids Christian last one. Forest Hills Eastern is solid. Last year they made the playoffs. Ooh, Cedar Springs, I overlooked them. They run a nice tight tee also. So Cedar Springs is one of those. I think they are playing against Zeeland West this week. If I remember, it was going to be 2 tight tees battling it out there. And, the best way to defend a tight tee is run it, because you kind of know what would stop you. So, yeah, that's a challenging division as well, which all the OK schools, they're good leagues. You got somebody coming out of them that, several teams are going to make the playoffs, and then you got some people that will contend down the line for titles too.
Sure will. Kurt, we're going to take a break here. We will be back here shortly as we think about and pray about the young person that's on the field right now. back here at Holland Christian High School. Wayland Union 7, Holland Christian 3, with 3:35 left in the second quarter here. Wayland Union kicking off after scoring a touchdown here to put them up by 4 just before halftime. A lot of time for the Maroons to respond and drive the length of the field, or maybe get a short field if Hoekstra or Aberger get a nice return.
Yeah, so it's one of those that, as we had said before, that plenty of time for our offense. And what you want to do, though, is you can to change field position, because the next thing you want to do is you want to control most of this 3:35. And you don't want to say, oh, we're going to give them the ball if we can help it. So our goal is to almost end the half and end it with us standing in the end zone there at the end.
So you're not necessarily looking for a quick strike here.
No, you want to get a couple first downs. Again, first downs, it's partly you want to get momentum back. Oh.
It's a difficult one to get, but a nice play by Aberger there. That ball could have gone deep into the, even inside the 10 if he wouldn't have come up and got that.
That's hard. We're almost a little too deep there. The up man maybe should have caught it, but they're trained to say, hey, let the guys behind you handle it. So
yeah, that's their role, right?
Yeah, we wanna do that. So again, we're okay field position, starting about the 24. Now we're looking at again that empty look. We've got 4 receivers to this, Holland Christian bench side.
Maroons had some success early on going to Smiths. We'll see if they
go
back to him.
That's a nice 5-yard start. We'll take that. You're right, we did. That was on the short side of the field where we were kind of doing that. I don't know what kind of adjustments they made, but that's a nice start, because now you just say 5 yards to get.
Smith's lined up to the left here in the trip formation. The bottom of your screen there. He catches it.
Yeah. Got that away. I think we got a first down. Talking about that, wanting first downs. That was close, though. Their guy was breaking on it, and that. Even though it's a short pass of down the field, that's a long pass when you're going from that hash mark all the way to outside to the numbers.
Dangerous pass by Boyce, but
it was good. They just got to say, okay, we got to watch that. But after a while, you do the come back and go. So it's like if they're going to play the short game.
They converted now. Boyce with a quarterback keep up the middle. And again, designed to maybe get some yardage, but also keep up a little bit of that
keep the clock going just a little. So they got that. So we'll take 3. Looks like they had 2 plays called.
2nd down and 7 at the 38. Just over 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Boyce with a rollout.
Good catch. Good going out of bounds. Right at midfield. Just what you want. We've gone 26 yards in about a minute.
Aberger showing some great hands there.
Yeah, did it. Went outside. So again, took us a minute to go 26 yards. If we do the next 26 in that and so on, we're right where we want to be. They're doing a nice play there. That was a nice rollout with him. He's shown rolling right pretty good. We'll see if he ever feels comfortable rolling left. That's the next part. We got a back in the field here.
And a little trick play to Conklin up the middle.
Got another first down. That's kind of that old Statue of Liberty type thing, just sitting there saying, I'm going to tuck it in as I roll.
Little Statue of Liberty on America night here for the Holland Christian students.
I guess they're dressed right for that play.
Coach Kuipers is right on cue there.
So again, that was a nice play. Want to do that, and again, you're keeping Wayland guessing a little bit as you did a quarterback kind of draw. Now you've done that. You've done some passes, and we've got the ball where we want to have it now. We're in their side. Another first down, and then all of a sudden you're at
Little momentum and an amazing catch by Abiger. One-hand catch.
That was outstanding catch. A good throw, but the catch was amazing. I mean, seeing him just go over that
middle.
That's the kind of stuff that excites everybody in the stands and everybody else.
That's highlight reel stuff right there.
It is. That was the stuff you usually see on Sundays. So. Okay, there we're going to the other side again, just doing that quick little, I'm going to say kind of screen.
Yeah, Mitch Verheisen.
Yeah, doing it just different, get a different person in there. And again, look what the clock was doing, just what we kind of want it to do. We want it to keep going there. We are not worried about the clock as time right now. We're at 1:15. Like I say, if we give them the ball back, we'd like to give them back with seconds, not a lot of time.
And I think this offense has been effective on this because Wayland's not a quick strike offense either, right?
No. So, they'd have to run something outside their normal play stuff right now. But, again, we just got to worry about taking care of business ourselves.
Boyce with a keeper up the middle with some nice running room.
Yeah.
All the way down to the 1 yard line here.
A good spot. They saw something they like. They say, hey, we're spreading you out. Wayland's getting spread out, a little bit tired there.
And Conklin comes in.
So it looks like you got the guy that can do the dive for you.
Conklin up the middle.
Got what we want.
Into the end zone and puts the Maroons up 9-7 here. Just under a minute.
Yeah, gave him 30 seconds left. You can't ask for anything better than that on 3:30 when you had it. 3:35 I think we started at. So
Pipers has to be pleased with that.
You got it. Did a three-minute drive that took 70-some yards. No mistakes, nothing long. I mean, the biggest play was probably 10, 15 yards. A lot of nice plays, though.
Van Heis.
And that was a big one, too, because that gets you that field goal ahead. And it also means if they ever want to go for two, that kind of, every point you get's a big one. So now it's a matter of good coverage. See what Wayland want to do. We'll play a little off. They'll try something. They've got 30 seconds, one timeout. Not a lot of time. This is where you've got to do, I'm going to say like a hook and ladder and a pass. This is where you try to do something with deception. And I don't know what kind of arm they have. They might just say, we can't go wrong with throwing a couple long because if you do it, they intercept it, way down the field. Then it's just a matter of training that. So
bookends here in the first half for Holland Christian. Scored on the first possession, a field goal.
Yeah.
Scored on their last possession, unless there's a fumble or something crazy here before the half. But scores on the last possession with a touchdown.
Good momentum things.
And it was buoyed by an amazing catch over the middle by Abiger,
the
junior, who we'll see next year as well. That Boyce-Abiger combination looks to be a good one.
It was, and that, like I say, that was your highlight reel catch. So we'll see if it gets on one of the stations for the play of the week. So if not, we should vote for it.
I'm in.
So, yeah, now it's a matter of last time we did that short kick and they ended up being all the way to the 35. We don't want that this time. So either we got to dribble the ball down, something, but we don't want to give them great field position.
Nice.
Doing that again.
This time he calls for a fair catch. The ball goes out of bounds.
Ball kicked out of bounds. Flag on the play.
It's not terrible. They can either take it at the 33 where it went out or the 35. So neither one is a huge spot, or they can have us kick it again. Kind of it's a little bit on Wayland's choice there. They could say we could move us back 5 yards and have us kick it again. It looks like we must have seen something that we really don't want their deep guys to get it. But that kick, if it doesn't bounce out, is a kind of fun one that can be conceivably recovered by us. And you recover it there, and you start thinking, now you got to go a little more explosive, but you got it, you got a timeout. A lot of things can happen.
Wildcats elect to keep the ball at the 35 there, and be interesting to see what they do here. Not being a quick strike offense, are they going to just kill the clock?
You know, we'll wait and see. I don't think a coach will. I think they might try a play, and if they get something good, they might go with the next one after it. Yeah. I know sometimes when you play a Zealand school, that's where they might call their trap. You know, just something up the middle, and if it pops, you say, we're good, and if not, they might run more play now at, 5 seconds, and this is one that you just say, let's put it up, and we got to make sure we have some people back that we catch it. They're going to just say,
looks to be a fumble, also flag on the play.
And again, we might have recovered it, but it's not a
marker on the play.
I think they just dropped those that the ball was down. So
drop the marker, and that will bring us to the end of the half here at Holland Christian, with Holland Christian up 10-7. Kurt, some first half observations.
It's one turnover by each team, and it not over penalizing, but that stopped a drive for each one. For us, we're going to have to find a way to, we're doing pretty good on the dive in the middle. We got to find a way to defend that quicker pitch. So that's how they're trying to stretch the field wider. They're going to keep diving that middle to keep us in, but they're going to keep, dive, pitch, dive, pitch, type of stuff there. And it's like anything else. You're trying to say, okay, how can we stretch a field? We're stretching it vertically. They're going to stretch it horizontally and then try to get their speed one-on-one outside. And it's worked a couple times for them. So it's a matter of us now saying, how can we stop that?
Yeah, an entertaining first half, and Holland Christian looks to be improved over last year here, looking for their second win of the year, which would match last year's total.
I agree, and then they are. They're playing good football. I mean, when you look at it, you look at the blocking, it's solid. You look at, some nice catches there, some big things happening. Yards, if you would look at the stats for the game, we'd have significantly more than Wayland, because we've had, I'm going to say 3 pretty good drives. Problem is, came up with a field goal and came up with a turnover. So now we got to just figure out a way to say, okay, how can we do it like that last one? But as you mentioned, Wayland gets a kickoff. So what are we going to do to stop them? And that's going to be our challenge.
Yeah, and it's all about the halftime adjustments. We'll see what Coach Tim Gibson from Wayland does. We'll see what Coach Kuipers does from Holland Christian.
Got it.
We're going to take a break, and we will be back a few minutes before the second half starts for some more observations and stats. Stay with us. We'll be back then.
You are invited to stop by the concession stand this evening to benefit student athletes throughout our Champs Booster program. We are thankful for the many volunteers who step up to work. If you see Doug or Lisa Van Campen working tonight, tell them thank you for all their work, stocking and preparing concessions for all of our events. Thank you, Doug and Lisa. Connect with all our athletic teams this year through our new scheduling and ticketing system. Event Link. Start an account at eventlink.com or download the EventLink app for all team schedules, game tickets, and season passes. All information is also available at maroonathletics.org. Again, schedules, tickets, and passes available at maroonathletics.org. Thank you for the halftime entertainment and enjoying our new football field. Please clear the floor. Please clear the field. Thank you.
Welcome back to Holland Christian and the beautifully renovated football field here on the campus of Holland Christian. It's been a fun first half here. Holland Christian up 10-7. Mark Vandenbosch alongside Kurt Brinks here. We're going to go over some halftime stats here in a minute. Individually, Eli Boyce was 12 for 15 for 136 yards. Had a great first half for Eli, playing some quarterback for the first time, or actually starting quarterback this year and taking over the helm of the Maroons. Then running, Eli Boyce has 12 yards running on 3 carries, and Luke Conklin leading the Holland Christian Maroons with 24 yards on 4 carries. When you look at the receiving action here, some really nice stats here from our receivers.
We do, you know, and as you can tell, we're a pass first, a run second type of stuff, where Wayland's exactly the opposite. You know, we've got our 36 yards of rushing, but we got 136 yards in the air. And we've got Connor Smits with, 5 receptions, and Abiger with 4, and that beautiful catch. You know, that counts for 120 some of our yards right there. And we got a few others, you know, with 1 and so on there. Conklin has a reception, and Hoekstra, and Mitch Merheisen. So, you know, nice spread out. Some good stuff happening there. And then if you look at Wayland, what are they? They got 10 yards, 1 pass they caught.
Wayland certainly is a run-first option team. They had 85 yards on the ground, total of 95 yards compared to Holland Christian with 172 yards here tonight. Completely opposite, right?
Yes.
Opposite offensive philosophies.
You got it, but you know, I'd say in time of control of the ball, it's probably pretty equal, just because, I don't know, their drives seem to take forever. And that's what we got to make sure it doesn't happen again, because we got to get some stops in there. You know, just coaches will just say, hey, we got a plan. We just got to make sure we execute that plan. And it's tough on that outside because in the middle you got 3-4 guys that are coming in. And on that outside, you get a pile in the middle. But on that outside, if the one guy comes up and does it right, you'll have somebody kind of backing him up. But I'm saying kind of. It's somebody's got to make that play, and they got to watch their keys. So it's just a matter of getting that keys and taking it and getting ourselves ready.
So we get ready to kick off, just like the Holland Christian Maroons do as well, as the sophomore kicker
Caden Van Heis
leads them out. Wayland with some dangerous deep backs, and so far, if you watched the first half, you saw that Holland Christian elected not to kick deep. Wonder if they are going to change their mind and do that this time and test the deep backs for the Wayland Union Wildcats.
Well, I'd say we'll know in about 2 seconds.
And we are underway in the second half.
Again, trying to punch it almost into a spot. Yeah, that was a good play. Good play. The one guy came in. That was Meadow Hoekstra. Came in, kind of took on the block, jammed everything up right there. 2 other guys come finish it off. So that was a good play. That was a good play. We'll take it there. Like I say, they must have seen something that they do not want it to the back 2 guys. And, we've seen them run past us a couple times on the outside. So I got a feeling that's the speed we want to avoid.
So Biondo elects to take the kick, and Wayland will start their first possession of the second half here at the 30-yard line, 29-yard line, with the vaunted Maroon defense set to.
Again, we're looking to see, are they going to keep pounding middle with a quick toss every now and then? They are packed in tight again. You got your one wide guy all the time, but beyond that, you've got everybody within a few yards there. Middle dive again, but they'll be excited with that start. I'm saying Wayland will, because they got almost 5 yards. And when I used to call some plays, if you can get 5 on that first one, you're kind of thinking, I do what I want to from here.
Yeah, the playbook's open, right?
Yeah, it is. And so, we got to control the line of scrimmage a little better than that one. So they got into us a little better than we did on them. So let's see what play 2 has to go for it.
Dustin Lumens,
got
an impressive senior here for the Wildcats.
That was much better. That was much better. We controlled the line much better that time. I'd say they got about 2. So now it's an interesting one. 3rd and 3 is a different call. Like 2nd and 5, you're like, I can do what I want. 3rd and 3, you got to say, okay, at this point, you're not really 4 down territory unless you inch it so close. So, here's where do you feel comfortable with the dive again? Or are you saying, I might go with that pitch?
I got to believe we'll see a pitch here. Let's spread them out a little bit, get some speed on the edge.
Yeah, they're coming always, and they're loading wide side.
Lumens mishandles the snap, and we've got a flag which is going to stop the play. It looks to be an offside.
I'd say it's a motion on their part is what it looks like there. So
it looked to be an offsides there, Kurt.
Were we, you're saying?
Yeah.
Wow, I did not see somebody lined up, so I missed that.
So Holland Christian called for an offsides, which effectively gives the Wildcats a first down out over the 40 up to the 42 on this, their first drive of the second half.
We must have had somebody encroaching the line of scrimmage. So, when you look down there, as you're trying to get off the ball right away, you might have leaned across. Anything crosses the plane of the ball, you are then offside. So
an encroachment would actually stop the play, but an offsides would not at the high school level, or do they both?
They both can.
Okay.
Doing that. They will stop it, each one. So the encroachment had to happen before the play began. So right now, that was 4. They're controlling the line of scrimmage a little better than us. So we're going to have to dig in, because Wayland's doing what they want to do right now.
one of the keys to the game as we led off our broadcast was exactly that. It was the first key to the game, and that's the line of scrimmage. And right now, Wayland is having their way a little bit.
They are. It's one that, you know, if we can start slowing them inside to about 2 yards a carry, that will force them out. Right now, they're not feeling they have to go outside. They will sometime, but.
And a pitch there to Bogart.
Nice come up there and get them, but, you know, that was just a few too many yards. I think they had somebody away from the ball. Looks like there was a little extra going on, so hopefully it's against Wayland and not us, so we'll wait and see. So back over here is where the flag happened, and it was away from the play. The play had gone past it already. That drives coaches nuts because it nothing to do with the play. So we're going to wait and see. They're talking about it too. They're not 100% sure, I guess. So I think everybody's just waiting.
Dead ball, personal foul on the Maroons.
Dead ball,
personal foul on Wayland. That'll offset, and we'll replay the down.
No, it was, I think, after, so that the down
after the play.
Yep, down played. So that's kind of one just saying, okay, you guys don't do this. Because if you start getting a couple of those, that's when you can get ejected from a game.
So we're looking at 3rd and 2, just over the 50.
Yeah, so 3rd and short. Anything they want to do is available. There's their middle dive that, you know, they got 3 yards on it. So again, we had it kind of bunched up, but that he's a decent runner, saw a little opening, slid it forward. So we're looking at, you know, we're now on our 46. So it's getting close to. My rule when I was coaching younger levels of high school, freshman, JV, once you cross midfield, don't worry about the punter unless you end up with a 4th and 30 or something. But you know,
4-down territory effectively
much,
here
yep,
for the rest of the drive.
Unless you get something that takes you way back. So right now they've got the surge of the line. So they're just riding some people. So we've got to get underneath a little bit. We're not quite getting the surge here. And Wayland will be happy all night if they just have to hand it off. So few things can go wrong.
Momentum definitely with Wayland. 8 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, for them to go 30 yards, it's 4 minutes. So, I mean, that just takes it.
Another first down by Wayland, moving the sticks.
Yeah,
effectively here.
They are. They found what they want to do. So it's hard because you can't send so much more inside to stop it, because once you do that, then that pitch is going to happen. So they're trying to say, okay, if you can't stop us here, we're going to keep doing it. And then if we start doing something else, like send a back or send something else, then they'll say, okay, they're sending extra here, so we're going to go wide. So right now we got to get a couple linemen that can shed their blocks. That's the encroachment they have. So we are going to send a backer, and it's a matter of trying to time that. And it's a hard one. You want to get it on the run. You want to have that.
Gravenhoff with the penalty, and you like the aggressiveness.
You got to try. You got to try. So that's the hard part. You're gonna have mistakes that'll happen, and you see Wayland, they're just kind of saunter up to the ball. That's another 40 seconds off, and
another dive.
Yeah, and they're getting 3-4 yards. That one like 4, and so they're very content. You know, we're going to have to do something to take them out of that, and they're being patient. So as a coach, you just got to applaud it, because you're saying, you know, you're doing it. You know, and in a game like this that's that tight, they're willing to say, let's make the game shorter. And you hear people talk about that, shorten the game, and Wayland's offense is the type that can shorten the game.
Old school football by Wayland, and it's been pretty effective. Another run up the middle.
Yeah, just got a yard or two, but
that's all they needed.
Yeah, got that. That was that. You know, when you start with 1st and 5, it makes a pretty short one to get to the sticks.
First down at the 25 of the Maroons. Just over 6 minutes left in the third quarter. And what's been a really entertaining football game, if you like power football, Kurt.
As a lineman, I kind of do, but we got to get the ball back. I'm very biased here, so you know the Maroons have to make a play. They have to have somebody step up and do it. So a couple somebodies would be nice. We've got 11 guys over there.
The turnover here.
And again, there, you know, we hit them pretty well. We got to get them backwards, though. We're catching instead of driving back. You know, when you give them about 3 yards, it's not bad, but we hit them at about 1 or so, and if we can get that next hit on them and drive them backwards, you know, give them 1 to 2, then all of a sudden you start changing their look and their flow.
Maroons need to come up with a negative play for the Wayland Wildcats.
And Wayland, I don't think they've had a penalty yet. So I mean, they're playing smart football.
Lumen's back to pass. An effective pass up the middle to the tight end, inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line, sets up 1st and goal for the Wildcats. And, you know, that's what happens when you just pound.
And you do that fake
the DBs
dive,
cheat up a little bit.
They had several guys running the seam that were open, and, you know, and then you're going to say, oh, you got to stay back. And that's hard being a D-back when you got to do both things. You know, you got to read. They have reads. They're probably reading what the tackle's doing, how he's setting up, and
Wildcats with a dive down to the 1. Another possession in the red zone. And we're looking for the Maroons D to come up big.
Yeah, this is where we need a turnover. We need something to happen. Last time they were down there, it took them several plays, but they finally wedged it in. So now it's a matter of us. You know, can someone hit the ball? Can someone bat it? Something there to have that ball come free. So again, held them short. I mean, we're inches from it here. So we got good line surge right there in the middle, and that's at least something that we're answering with. That's a big deal.
Wall of Maroon defenders effectively stopped the Wildcats.
So
but
now,
as you see, the football is inches from the end zone.
Yeah, now it's a matter of what can we do as we're getting there. And they're happy just taking their time. They're like, hey, we're eating up almost 9 minutes. You know, it's getting close to 9 minutes of the quarter.
Lumens keeps it.
Had enough move that he could do it. So,
and eludes a Maroon defender into the end zone and scores the touchdown.
So, you know, it was a good drive by Wayland. We're going to have to scheme a little bit. I was thinking, you know, they're going to try to get us on the pitches, but they said if we can get the line of scrimmage, we'll take it. So big thing right now, more than anything else, is us answering. Because if we keep answering, you know, we're going to make it so they're going to have to at some point possibly do a little more than just bump the field down. And they missed that, okay? So now a field goal can tie it, but we want to get touchdown. We're gonna get, you know, you get the touchdown, you put yourself up 4, so then all of a sudden they have to score again. So each of those things, just like the first half, you know, we've got, you know, it's still in the third quarter. We got plenty of time. The big deal is, you know, you got to for sure get a field goal. You want to tie it, but definitely want to go ahead. You want to put them so they will do it, and Wayland will sit there and say, you know, we feel we can do that again. And it's going to be us right now on offense setting the mode, getting momentum on our side, and then we're going to have somebody step up hopefully and make that big play.
Wayland 13, Holland Christian 10. Wayland has not been stopped tonight by the Maroons. You know, they had the turnover.
Yeah.
But other than that, you know, we're going to be looking for a stop from the Maroons in the fourth.
You're right.
As we lead up to the fourth quarter.
On that one pass and catch, that's the only time that we did stop them on that short field. So, you know, the 2 times they've had it, they've gone a distance, and this one was just about 9 minutes, you know, 8 seconds short of 9 minutes for that. So that's a full length. You know, you'd only get 3 of those in a half.
Aberger and Hoekstra deep to receive.
So hopefully we'll field it. I think we got somebody getting it in the air. That's good. Ooh.
Hoekstra mishandles it, but picks it up.
He made some people miss. That's big. You don't want to start on the 10. 20, we're okay. We're okay. He did some good moves there to have some people miss.
One thing I noticed is that he allowed the ball to bounce off of his pads.
Yeah, you want
to
try to get it with your hands. You know, receivers know if you can control it with your hands, because once it hits the pads, you got hard plastic there that isn't kind to everything along the way.
A good response by Hoekstra, though, to get the Maroons to the 10.
He did, and he kept his eyes up, did some good moves there along the way. That was their deepest kick they had by far for Wayland. The other ones had been around the 20, so.
First possession of the second half for Boyce.
Pass intended for number 3, Clay Koning, incomplete.
Ball through Koning's hands there. That's a big play.
Yeah, well, you know, it makes it so now you say, I don't have that luxury, you know, I don't have my 4 or 5 yards. So now you got to just make the next play happen. Plenty of time, plenty of plays we can do. So one play doesn't make or break anything here.
Boyce barking some instructions to his skill possessions.
Okay, you got a decent 4 on that one. That's, again, that kind of wide receiver screen where you got some blocking out there. We've been pretty successful with it. Wayland reacted a little quicker to it now because they said, okay, we've seen that. What else are you going to change on us here?
Third down and 6.
Yeah, this is a big 6 because you do not want to give the ball back to him this quickly. So this first down is a big one to answer and get momentum and try to get momentum coming back for us.
Boyce with another rollout. And he loses the ball as he tries to deliver it to Smets.
He was looking at it, trying to do a little fake. You do that pump fake, hands a little sweaty on a night like this. And we'll hope the penalty was against them. But we'll have to see. I don't know who it was against. My guess is, yeah, we had a procedure call. So that answers it. Procedure doesn't have to stop it. Okay, where encroachment does stop the play.
The Maroons in punt formation.
Oh, out of bounds a little too quick. Nice going down the side, make the field a little smaller, kind of trying to get that run with it, but we gotta keep it on the numbers.
So the Wildcats will take over deep in Maroon territory. One of the other keys to the game.
Yeah, field position, you got it. So they're going to be close to that 30 already. So, yeah, that was not a, now it comes down to we got to make a defensive stand. Get the ball back, turnover. We need something right here.
Yeah, got to see a turnover here for the Maroon faithful. That's what they are all hoping here on the first home game on the new turf. It'd be great to come out with a win.
And now we'll just see what Wayland's willing to do. They're again right away starting 4-down territory. And what are we going to do to stop it? There's the pitch. They had us pulled in pretty good. There's
the pitch, and pretty well defended.
Decent. I would say we gave them about 5. We had good pursuit to the ball. Had very good pursuit to the ball.
Tackler 44, Brody Nelson.
Nelson knocked Bogart out at the
actually,
27.
Yeah, so 3 yards. We'll take it. I mean, there was some good fight there. Good play. Now it's a matter of, can we stop a middle one? Can we make them have to do something different? We got to play some of that middle with our front guys and linebacker. Okay. Again, we're
a couple yards.
Yep, they're halfway there. 3rd and 5. So we've got to, we got to make a. We're doing what we have to do. We just got to that much more. So I like this one a whole lot better. So you've got the 3rd and 5.
A nice initial response after that sudden change.
Yes,
for the short
change
punt.
of possession, everything there. So, okay. So we're into the 4th quarter. This is a big stop. We have to hold them. You'd think almost to a field goal or turnover there. Turnover obviously would be the best thing we can do. Get a little water in us. Get a little pump talk here. This is where your summer training starts to pay off.
So we move to the 4th quarter here on the south side of Holland at Holland Christian High School. Thanks for joining us tonight on a beautiful night. And you are watching the newly renovated field in action. And we've got a close one going into the 4th. Anything can happen. Holland Christian really up against it here, needing to get a big stop as they are down 13-10.
Thank you, Brenda.
So yeah, we're in that spot where it's 3rd and 5. You've got, we did a decent job on a wide pitch, good job on a dive. Now we got to do 2 more plays like that. Scoreboard will say 3rd and 7, but it's 3rd and 5, so we got to hold them to 4.5 in the next 2 downs, or better. But it's a matter of our D linemen have to control that middle. We have other guys coming up on the outside. And last time they said, hey, if you're only going to worry about that, we might do that seam pass on you. So we'll have to wait and see what they come up with. We got a couple guys back there hopefully ready for that.
Lumens surveying the Maroon defense here on 3rd and
yep, there's that seam.
There's a seam deep.
Shoot.
And it looks like they're going to get Connor Smits for a penalty.
I don't know. That wasn't.
I don't like the call.
No, it wasn't. It was an underthrown ball. I mean, there's not really the catchable rule, but. Yeah, I've seen better calls.
It's a tough break for the Maroons.
So that penalty would have been 15 yards. In this case, it's half the distance to the goal, so it puts it on to 12.5. Gives them the 1st down.
And the Wildcats in the red zone again. Knocking on the door. Pitch wide.
And he's in.
And
Pitch out to number 2.
Terry Sylvester
Terry
takes it into
Sylvester,
the end
touchdown
zone,
Wildcats.
putting the Wildcats up 19-10.
You know what?
Early.
There's a lot of time left. So nothing that you have to sit there and say, okay, this is, they did it. We got to score, stop, score. Okay? So we got a couple scores we got to get now. And HC just has to take it play at a time. You can't sit there and say, oh, we got to get, this much on this play. We got to just get a few first downs. Oh, looks like we have somebody down. HC. I don't know if it's cramping or what there.
So we are going to await, almost appears to be cramping. I didn't see the number of the Holland Christian player there, Kurt.
No, I didn't either. It was one that was away from the play. But this time you got these hot nights.
But a shout out to our athletic trainer, Carrie Ann Rieger, and she does an amazing job in the Holland Christian training staff. Always ready, willing, and able to help, as we even saw in the first half.
That's important. I mean, so many things can happen on any given night, and you love to have certified people there that are able to help.
So shout out to Carrie Ann. And
yeah, this one looks like he's coming up. That looks like Conklin was cramping up a little bit. Important linebacker for us and also running back there. So he looks like he's going to be okay. It's just a matter of getting that leg stretched out a little bit.
Wayland converts on the extra point, goes up by 10. Just inside the fourth quarter. We just started. And you have mentioned it's not desperation time by any means. A lot of football left to play.
It's just time for us to put together a drive. Kind of how we ended the first half. We need something like that now. Just take it, be methodical, make some plays happen, have some kids make some plays there. That's all we need.
Yeah. Hard to believe it's the second possession of the second half for Holland Christian, and we're in the fourth quarter.
And our first possession lasted a minute. So Wayland, that is their game, is to try to control it, shorten the game, limit your possessions, and they've had 3 end in a touchdown.
So what does that methodical, grinding style of offense do to a defense, especially when you get into the fourth quarter?
Mentally, it just starts to wear on you. You're saying, okay, what are we going to do? And what you're trying to do is get Holland Christian to do more than they should. So, and that might open that play up. That might open that pass. It might do something else. So it's a matter of trying to get it there. So we field it good and clean. That's a biggie.
Hoekstra with a burst up the middle. And he's still going up over the 30 to the 35.
Yeah, that's a nice start. That's kind of a momentum starter for us.
And momentum is such a big thing in any sport.
You got it. So you do this, we take care of it. Like I say, we just got to end in the end zone here.
And the Holland Christian student section you can hear in the background tonight is America Night. As you see, a strong showing by the students tonight in the first home game of the year.
Yeah, and that's a fun thing to be part of it. I know kids, they're saying, hey, this is our time to do some fun things. So it's a good thing for a school.
I can't wait to see them next week when the OK Blue rival and
Hamilton,
one of the biggest rivals, the Hamilton Hawkeyes, come up to Holland Christian. we'll be with you with HCLive next week. You'll be sure to join us for that.
Okay.
Boyce with a keeper.
Nice run. Got about 10, 11 yards. Again, that's throw off their keys a little bit. They're saying, okay, they're opened up. What are we going to do? And that's just a quick quarterback draw. And he's a good runner. Take advantage of that.
Boyce with a little sense of urgency here as they near midfield. Coach Kuiper's changing the play. Low snap.
Yeah, they're starting to jump that one a little bit. I don't know who's on that on. That was way back from the back one there.
And Boyce is lucky that was incomplete.
Yeah, because they're starting to, and that's that. It's that wide receiver screen, but they're starting to say, hey, on this wide side, we're going to jump that.
Second down and 10 at the 46.
Well,
just over 11 minutes.
We got to see what
fourth.
the penalty is here first. I don't know what's happening there. I'm not sure what that signal is.
Well, it's moving them back 15 yards. Has to be some type of unsportsmanlike.
Yeah. I don't know if they called, I don't know what they called out there. I'm thinking he was doing this if that was helmet-to-helmet contact. So this is going to be a challenge to dig out here, because you've got your 25 yards to go, and we got to start thinking of 7-8 yard plays right down here. We don't want to think 25. Obviously, we would take it, but we got to just think a little bit at a time.
Boyce eludes the first Wayland Union defender and gets back to the line of scrimmage. But the play broke down pretty quickly there, Kurt.
It started to get that. He stepped up, but he got tripped up a little bit. And the challenge is, as you step up there, do you see it? We got to make sure we have a couple shallow routes for him to look at. You got to look a little bit deeper. But again, we don't need 25 yards. Now we need like 10.
Yeah, it looks like Hoekstra moved.
Seems like he could have reset, but he might have been going forward. So.
So our Maroons in a bit of a hole.
Yeah, when you got your second and 30.
Second and 30, there's not a lot of plays in the playbook for that.
There's not any in it for it. I mean, you get some plays that go that far, but none of them are saying, okay, let's do this. So now it's a matter of what do we do again to get 10, 15? Again, you're not going for 30.
Boyce looking deep.
Yeah,
and overthrew Hamburger, who was breaking open a little bit there.
Yeah, it had a few extra yards on it. It's a nice ball, but a little too far.
So we moved to 3rd and 30. Maroons needing to get over midfield.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't really want to use a timeout here if we can help it, just because the clock is stopped on that. And time is going to be an issue sometime later in this.
Hamburger with the catch.
Yeah.
And he gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage at the 20.
This is the time, no matter what, you got to do a punt, because Yeah.
Wildcats tackler,
Yeah, you punt, you try to get a quick stop.
Yep.
Wilson.
And the guy that made the stop there, their quarterback, he's a pretty good athlete there, plays the corner and has come up. That's where that play was out wide there, where he's coming and he says, okay, I know what it looks like from the other side. Let's do it.
Lumens has had a nice night. Senior, high IQ guy.
Yep.
Got to give him some credit.
Okay, fair catch, decent punt there. Now it comes to a defensive stand because they're looking at 9 minutes and saying, we can take off 6 of those. And we can't come back from that. You know, there's only so much on the clock. And so it's a matter of we need to stop. Can't give them too many first downs. As a coach on the other side, you're saying, hey, we get a couple first downs, and what we're saying there is we got to get a stop. Because we need 2 possessions or we need a turnover.
Yeah, Wayland's been content to run the clock tonight, to kill the clock. Now they're doubling down on that, right?
Yeah, yeah. This is the ball is not going to go in the air unless they have to, and I don't think. I mean, if it's a 3rd and 15, they might, but they're just happy doing that dive.
5 yards and a cloud of dust.
Yeah.
54, Micah Bowman, the tackler.
So yeah, we got to do that. And I think the thing that's interesting is Wayland might have had 1 offsides. I don't even know if they've hardly had that. So they've run a clean game, and that's a big thing. We haven't had a lot of them, but we had a couple costly penalties there.
Especially in that last possession, Kurt.
15 yards are hard to overcome.
Maverick Daly.
Daly down to the 40-yard line, brings up a 3rd down and short.
And they're just happy the clock, you know, it's they took it over at 9:11. So you're looking 2 plays, a minute plus, you know, and they're not going to hurry the ball. They're going to wait for the back official to put his hand up saying, got this much time, not going to snap it until you're getting down. Quarterback's going to say, official's got his hand up. Once he starts counting, then you got 5. So if you look at the back judge, now he's counting. So that's the time they say, okay, we got to get rid of it. And they got what they wanted. They got, 11 yards and 3 downs there. So flips it over.
And Wayland continues to grind the clock down. As you see, we've got about 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 4th quarter. With the Wildcats up 20-10.
So on that, on those 3 plays, they've taken a minute. It's getting close to 2 minutes by the time this one's done off the clock. And again, the quarterback, he's going to look up, sees that official raise his arm. He said, okay, now it's time for me to do it.
13, Maverick Daly, the ball carrier.
Daly just grinding.
This is when you lean on your lineman and say, take it home.
I'll tell you, the Maroons' future is bright.
It is.
Some young talent at some of the key positions. You got a veteran with Conklin and Smits, and we're not even into the OK Blue Conference yet.
Now it's just a matter of we got to say, okay, what can we find out about ourselves? You've got still 6 minutes. There's still time, but we got to make a stop.
13, Maverick Daly,
and we haven't. That's our challenge right now. We haven't shown that we can stop them. They're just coming off and leaning on us. And they're not making mistakes, and that's the big thing. If you don't make any mistakes, it's challenge there.
Kuipers chooses to call a timeout. Probably a good one here to stop the clock.
Stop the clock and rest a little bit and talk and just say this is where we're at. You've got 3rd down, you've got about 4 yards to go. can't give up too many more. So
Highland Christian's got some other great teams that are playing here this fall. The soccer team having some success, and the volleyball team. Volleyball team won 3 games last night.
Okay.
Including beating West Ottawa, who they had lost to earlier this year.
Okay,
that
that
volleyball team is looking good and could make a nice run, not only inside of the OK Blue Conference, but also in the tournaments.
Yeah, that's fun, and it's fun when you start seeing the team grow. I think they're reasonably young, and when you see them start to grow like that, and it's always exciting as coaches, as fans.
A lot of excitement around the athletic department, led by Dave Engbers. We're going to try to get Dave on next week to talk more about some of the renovations here at Holland Christian.
13, Maverick Daly, the ball carrier.
And it appears that Daly got enough to give them a first down and move the chains.
Yeah, it's just I'm going to say a little bit. He's got some good leg drive there, and he is just saying I'm going to come downhill and just do that type of stuff. So right now we got to gamble a little bit. We got to stop it there because, they've taken away a third of the time that was left. We're down to under 6 now.
Got to make a play, get a turnover.
Justin Loomis handed off to,
I believe, Daly again.
Maverick Daly, road tackler, 57.
Knocking on the door of the red zone.
Ravenhoff.
It's really critical they get a stop on this down set of downs.
The clock is just Wayland's got it doing what they want it to do.
And Lumens keeps it.
Quarterback keeper number 7, Justin Loomis.
3rd and short now. Did it just change the pattern a little bit, fake the dive, have the quarterback wrap in behind. Weren't going to pitch it. Pitch right now, that adds a element of something could go wrong.
Lumens methodically leads his team to the line of scrimmage.
Again, waits for the official, get that arm up and back, start to count. They're not in a hurry.
Daly with an inside run down past the 15 to the 14 and a first down for Wayland as we approach 4 minutes in the game. Wayland has really controlled the line of scrimmage here tonight.
Yeah, second half, every time, like you say, when they got the ball. And we were
two
hoping.
Possessions, two offensive possessions for the Maroons in the second half.
What's your name again? Austin. Okay, Austin, feel free to, I never got your guys' names, so I feel so bad. But feel free to, zoom in a bit more.
Quarterback keeper number 7, Justin
Lumens
Loomis.
keeps it down to the 10.
And they're just,
And Kuipers wants to kill the clock again.
No, they got a player down. Big 77 for their offensive line. Looks like he might be cramping a little bit.
Now Kuipers is talking to the ref saying, do I have to take my timeout? And one thing we haven't talked about here tonight is the playoff points. And it's certainly early in the year, but Holland Christian coming into tonight's contest was actually 7th in Division IV with 50 playoff points, while Wayland was 21st in Division IV with 40 playoff points. Again, very early. You know, it really doesn't start to take shape until week 5 or 6, but I think the MHSA really does a nice job, not only in football, but in all of their sports, really providing the right metrics that will help in seeding come playoff time.
Yeah, this, like football is probably what it is. It's the only sport where you have to qualify for the playoffs. Volleyball, every team goes. Basketball, every team goes. Soccer, every team goes. I mean, and it's not easy. You still got to beat great teams. But football, because you only can play one game a week, you got to do it. So basically, you got to win 6 games you're in. 5 maybe, and that's where the playoff points would come. If you were a 5-win season, you might say if I had enough playoff points, then I might be the one that makes it. So there will be some 5 and 4 teams that will make it. 6 wins and you're guaranteed to be in. So that's the real thing you want right down there, because then you don't have to worry about anybody saying anything. So, but we'll just tend to take one at a time. And this one, it will be, looking at some game film, seeing what's happening. They're getting the clock going again. And now it's just a matter of, like I say, we're running on that time part.
2nd down and 5.
And I think they got us to jump. Yep. We did an encroachment there.
Penalty, against Bruins, 5-yard penalty.
And that was a set play coming out of that.
Yeah, they were just like, okay, do a hard count, try to get them going, because we've got to get off the ball and try to do that part. And their drive right now has lasted at just a little bit over 6 minutes already.
2nd down and 1, just outside the 5-yard line. Wayland can get a 1st down without scoring a touchdown. Daly inside the 3 and gives the Wildcats another 1st down. 2.5 minutes left, and
we're using a timeout, which is good. You got to, again, rest your kids a little bit, try to get something that will make it. I mean, right now that would be a good emotional thing if we did something there to stop their drive. So, I mean, that's something you take this game, but then you take into next week too, that you're saying, okay, this is what's happening. I need you guys right down here to get into those, push their tackles back, get a little pressure here. Let's get some, line surge, and let's make the line of scrimmage, starting at the 3, let's hit that guy first at the 4. So we got to get some penetration, got to get there. It looks like, Wayland has got very tight line splits, so they're not going to allow somebody into a gap because there's really no gaps. So it's them just trying to say we're going to be a green wave coming out, and we got to get a maroon push going back. And coach is just saying, hey, things can happen. You don't ever stop till time is up.
Let's try to punch the ball out, get a turnover.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that we all know is Wayland won't put it up in the air. They're going to kill the clock. You got 2.5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Holland Christian's got 1 timeout. Really can't stop the clock here.
No. The best, again, we talked about defense, is your offense having the ball.
And a surge by Wayland all the way to the 1.
Yeah.
Rude tackler, 68.
And Coach Kuipers wants another timeout.
Yeah, because that right now is going to take it, we're at 2:21.
At this point, do you kind of even just let them score? I mean, you don't let them score, the clock's going to go under 2, easy, maybe underneath a minute and a half.
Yeah, so
there's not a lot you can do.
No, there's not. It's one of those things you're at, but
on the clock, please.
What you would like, no matter what, is for a guy to make the stand. Because really, it's as much about emotion now as it is about the score of the game. Because 2 scores, 226, and being down there, that's
so this is about heart. This is about stopping them because, maybe strategically, hey, you let them score, you got more time on, you can score. But the reality is they ain't got to score 3 times.
Yes.
You got to get 2 onside kicks.
Got to score, you got to get an onside kick.
The percentages are big time against you.
Oh, yeah. So I think, we'll see what they do. I'm not going to make any suggestions, but I'm going to say I think more than anything, we'll see.
Right.
We'll just see.
And you talk about momentum. If they can have a goal line stand here, and even not win the game, they can look back and say, you know what, we stopped them at the end.
Yeah.
And the running back ran into the quarterback. Lumens gets knocked down at about the 1.
Yeah. So it's basically where it was before. So we had good surge. So now it's a matter of let's do it again. But they're going to say, let's take another 30-some seconds off the clock. So you're looking a minute and a half now.
So 3rd down.
Wayland, and it's hard, but they've been extremely patient and just letting happen what's happened there, because last week they put up 42 points. They aren't close to that this time, but
control the trenches, and Lumens gets into the end zone.
Number 7 quarterback Dustin Lumens.
Hey, he's had a nice night tonight.
He has. He's played a good game, and they've been solid up front. We could slow it, but couldn't quite stop it. So that's always that's a hard one. As you look at it, you say, okay, what's happening there?
Lumens with the hold, and the kick is up and good.
Extra point is good.
Putting the Wildcats up 27-10 here with just over a minute left, a minute and a half left in the 4th quarter.
So now you try to say, let's get a drive. Let's see what we can do. Let's do it. Wayland's going to be playing off a little bit. They're going to give us some underneath. Obviously there aren't any 17-point plays, but you get a score. But you're looking at it early in the season. You're looking to say, what can we do? What can we look at to say that we can use next week, and everyone after it, and just work on getting yourself ready.
Yeah, it's non-conference, and OK Blue conference schedule starts next week. You still control your destiny in the OK Blue. You win out, you're going to win it. So we'll see what a Boyce-led offense can do in just the 3rd possession of the second half for the Maroons with a minute and 37 left. The 2 juniors back to receive at the 10, Haberger and Hoekstra. Haberger receives, tries to get wide, and taken down inside the 20 at the 17, and Boyce brings the offense out as the Wildcats try to bounce back from what's been really a tough second half.
It has. We just haven't got our offense clicking right there, and it's just small things, some mistakes, penalties, other things there.
Just never able to get into rhythm.
Oh, sorry. I meant like the scoreboard. Yeah. Okay, good. I was. Yeah, thank you. Like, I thought earlier it was 125, so I'm really confused. Must be saying.
Smith's at the bottom of your screen. Boyce hands off
to Tate.
Tate, an 11th grader. Maroons don't seem to be in a ton of hurry.
No.
Tate again.
Got a first down. That's good. That's a positive.
Nice run.
First down, Maroons.
And Maroons content to just keep the ball on the ground here with their first 2 plays. Here as we wind down on the first night ever with a newly renovated football field at Holland Christian. And Boyce going up top.
Yeah, we don't quite, they're playing deep. It's hard to get separation when they're saying, hey, we're going to play 10, 15 off you, throw it underneath. It's hard to get by somebody that's that far ahead of you to start.
We've seen some good things from Smits tonight. We've seen some good things from Aberger.
Did, and some good passing, some other good things. So there's things to build on. Wayland they just were able to lean on us, on that offensive line, and we could not quite do it. We were, making them work. But, you got to give it to Wayland. They didn't make mistakes. It's hard for a high school team to go that far and never make a mistake there. So
Aberger on the final play of the game.
Got a first down.
We're going to have another play.
Yeah.
But yeah, some good things. Boyce has
Yeah,
been
he
pretty
was-
accurate with his
I would say
passes.
very solid there.
And you go all the way back to the beginning of the game and some of our opening comments where line of scrimmage, field possession, and those were 2 keys here that helped Wayland get the victory.
Yeah, they were able to control that some. And there's some things we did well. Well, I think that's going to end it. Either way, there was a penalty. I think we might have had not lined up on the line of scrimmage there enough guys. I think we had too many in the backfield. Yeah, a procedure, but they're just saying, hey, we don't need it in the game.
Wildcats 27, Maroons 10.
So we end the first game at home this year with a Wayland Union Wildcats 27 and Holland Christian 10. It's been a good night overall, though, Kurt.
Yeah, there were some good plays. Second half, we just couldn't. We only had really, the last little one, but we really had 2 opportunities with the offense, and we had to answer. And that's where we didn't quite do it this time. The end of the first half, that was one of the prettiest drives you're going to see. And we needed more of those, and we didn't get them this time. So that just tells us some things we can work on and doing that. There's some good plays that they've got, good players. So it's just a matter of the Maroons getting themselves ready to say, we're going to come back next week.
So Coach Kuiper is going to go back to the film. I'm sure the kids will watch some film as well. And you've got a holiday weekend here. Yeah. Probably get in the weight room a little bit too. But looking forward to next week. Yeah. Big one with crosstown kind of rival.
I think what they'll probably do is probably watch themselves a little bit tomorrow, then have a nice time off, and then possibly early there, start looking, see what Hamilton does. And, you kind of know what they probably will do, but you got to see what their personnel leads to this time around.
Looking forward to that. A big thanks to all of our producers, all of the kids that work the cameras, the film, HCLive. And big thanks to you, Kurt, for being in the booth tonight with me.
Well, it's enjoyable. It's fun to watch the game, and got light now.
Hope you all enjoy it. Have a safe and happy holiday weekend, everyone. We'll see you next week, Friday, as the Holland Christian Maroons take on the Hamilton Hawkeyes.